Hello, purple vibes tonight. Just really resonating with that color tonight. Wanted to bring that in. Purple makes me think of ajna, right? That third eye chakra. And okay, it's interesting. It's like we're starting to head into some real territory here with the readings. Um, it was staying on consistently the past few days, right? And then all of a sudden, okay, I guess we're meant to rest in the dark a bit right now and kind of look at the deeper layers of what's leading up to this beautiful new beginning for fire signs. And what an amazing start, right? For the spring to move into this place of this, this partnership that's just so blessed up. And like I was saying before, yes, this certainly could be, love. It could be a romantic relationship, but, it also could be like the healing of, a rift. It could be, the coming together of a family. It could be the successful, launch of a creative project that you're working on with somebody that you poured a lot of yourself into and means a great deal to you. So it's a very beautiful, beginning that is something to build on for your future. But I want you all to understand like how potent this partnership is and its potential for what it can manifest, because we have every single elemental partnership on the board. Queen of Swords with King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles with King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands with King of Wands, Queen of Cups with King of Cups. Okay? We have that Emperor and Empress. So the embodiment of all those queens and kings. So we know that the two individuals involved in this particular situation, the two that are coming together in partnership, however that looks in your personal situation, they're two people that have really done some serious work on themselves. They've really done a lot of healing work on themselves. They've come to a place of full integration, you know. They've learned how to exercise their discernment and to use their judgment in a wise way, and to speak their truth and to cut off what no longer serves. They've gained that medicine. They've gained the medicine of, that wands energy, where they can align with the passion and the purpose. And I was just talking about the choice of purple and how that aligns with ajna, third eye chakra. And that's aligned with pitta, which is fire energy in Ayurveda, the doshas. I'm fusing in a little Ayurveda here because I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner and I can't help myself. I can't help but like look at the elements and get messages on that level. I just can't. It's just such a beautiful science of life. So, the wands in mastery is all about really activating your purpose, bringing your fire forward into the world, bringing your transformational power forward into the world. Letting yourself be seen creatively, moving into that creative flow, that comes from a place of passion and drive and inspiration. It's like the work that isn't work because you love what you're doing so much. So they've really embodied this. They've connected with their ashay, their mojo, the things that make them uniquely them. And having the charisma and, feeling feeling themselves at a good place in life within themselves, okay? And the Queen and King of Cups, that Cups energy, the ability to express emotions, the ability to feel the emotions, the ability to connect with others emotionally, be willing to connect with others emotionally, have an openness to that, more in touch with the receptivity, the receptivity. And being able to, move in that flow of give and take and have it be healthy and balanced, because both are full within themselves, okay? So just really, beautiful energies all coming together there. But we also have another pair, I realized, on the board that just really, highlights that this is magical. We have, the High Priestess and the Magician. It doesn't get more magical than that. This pair, when they come together, they're going to make something really magical happen, okay? And we know that this is justice for this to happen. And we also know it's the judgment, okay? It's the judgment, because that came through. What's getting in the way? What's causing problems? We're going to dig into that, okay? I'm going to put all of these cards back into the deck, and I'm just going to leave out the cards that I want to get clarification on for all of you. So we can really understand the dynamics in play and what can be done to work through the things that are challenging or thwarting or causing issues or misunderstandings in the situation. So we're just going to dig into this a little deeper, and I want to put all of these cards back in the deck and start fresh with that. In fact, I'm even going to cleanse the energy of the cards while I'm talking to you all here. I really want to look into this Page of Swords energy that I've had in the Witch's Soul. I want to find out what is that energy that is, operating beneath the surface. What's its intention? What is, being done subversively? I want to tap into this devil energy too. I want to know more about this story. I can't help it. As a Libra, we're kind of devil's advocates, okay? So it's like, what's going on with this? I want some insight into that situation right there for all of, the collective, okay? As well as the fire signs. I got some fire in me. I got a Sag moon myself. And then I want to find out what's blocking the forward movement. We know there's oppositional energy there, right? But what is that about? So we're going to look into, what's causing the problems with forward movement and get some answers. And that will help you all move forward in an empowered way, so that as you head toward that blessing that wants to come in for you guys in the spring, you can get there with the greatest ease and with the least bit of hassle, and not sabotage yourself along the way. Remember, what's on the board is, this is what's most likely if things continue as they have been. And I just want to feed the spirits a little spirit candy as well. I want to give them a little tobacco, just to keep them happy. It's important. You want to keep the spirits happy. If we want to be fed by the gods, we got to feed the gods, right? We want spirit to feed us, we got to feed spirit. That's also a reciprocal relationship. There is no separation, you know? And so, talking about this reciprocity, look at that piece too. Do you acknowledge spirit? How do you connect with spirit? How do you relate to it? No way is wrong. Everybody has their own expression, their own intimacy with spirit, how they connect with spirit, you know? So, are you feeding that connection? Are you nurturing that connection? It's an important one, you know, to stay connected to your soul and what feeds your soul. And to honor it by feeding it, you know? Feed it and it feeds you. Just even something as simple as this, you know? Just taking some time to do a little, you know, smoke cleansing and offer up some love, you know? It's important. So, let's find out, shall we? Let's find out what's going on here and get some more information on this situation. I'm gonna go ahead and take this Page of Swords out. Yeah, maybe we'll give that Page of Swords a little bit of that cleansing energy too, just like move above board. This is a message that's really coming through for fire signs, throat chakra. Okay, move above board. Speak your truth. Be clear, you know? And be on purpose. Throat is also about purpose, okay? Be on purpose. Be clear about what your intentions are, you know? Do what you want and follow your heart, but have awareness that, you know, your life intersects with other people as well. And they're also impacted, you know, with how you move. So move fucking ethically. Be honest. Be honest with, you know, those that you're having challenges with. Honesty is amazing. It solves a lot of problems. Most problems are caused by people being afraid to be honest and being afraid to speak their truth, you know. And I'm not talking about bravado. You know, I'm talking about the stuff that is not so easy to say, okay? But it's liberating and it's freeing. The truth is freeing. And no matter what situation you're dealing with, everybody deserves to know what's up, you know? It's very unfair to have intrigue situations where there's secrets being kept from people because it's a violation of freedom. And in a way, that is kind of that fucking devil energy with that shackling. You know, it's a form of binding somebody. It is. It's a form of binding somebody if you have things that you're doing behind their back or things that you're not communicating honestly, if you're not being truthful, if you're not letting people know what they're dealing with, and there's all this vagueness in the situation. That is highly manipulative. And it's binding because it's not honoring the other people involved, their freedom to choose what's best for them. Because they're not getting the true picture of even what they're dealing with. So that's very important, you know, to be above board. And I would say, you know, during moving through this karmic cycle, where there's been anything that's been hidden, you know, especially if it's something that you knew that if other people were aware that are involved in your situation, you know, it would be problematic for them, you know, that they would have wanted to know the truth, you know. Withholding truth is another form of deceit and lying, you know, and that energy is not going to be tolerated during this particular cycle. The truth will come out. We know that. And it's the astrology in play right now. What's hidden is going to come to light. So it's better to really move forward in a way where you don't have to worry about being exposed because you're already transparent. You're already transparent. You know, in your dealings with other people, you let them know what they're signing on for, who they're dealing with. You know? You just be authentic. You put all the cards on the table up front. Then things aren't messy. Things are messy when people keep secrets or they make things vague. Causes a lot of problems. So I want to find out what this Page of Swords is all about. I want Spirit to give us some clarification on that. I really, really do. Because that Page of Swords energy, it's been coming up in the collective for a while now. You know, it's been popping up for a few months now, pretty consistently. And I think it's just kind of in general. I think there is kind of a subversive current, you know, operating in the world at this time. There is a lot happening beneath the surface. There is a lot that we don't know, you know, about how things are unfolding. You know, so that's definitely kind of a collective energy in and of itself. But, you know, pages are court cards and they deal with people. So, you know, sometimes it can be, you know, not necessarily a bad thing. I keep getting, what keeps coming through for me with this Page of Swords card is that it's somebody wanting answers and they're like digging for the truth. That's what I feel like it is. But the way that they're going about doing it is not ethical. Like, it's not above board. There's one way to, you know, if you need clarification on something, there's one way to go about finding the answers to what you need, and then there's unethical ways of doing that. And oh gosh, I'm getting sentience right now. So like when we're looking in terms of like the Star card, which also came in, that's often a card that relates a lot to social media. And so, you know, if somebody's doing something like making fake accounts, you know, using aliases, catfishing, you know, things like that, you know, that can be a very kind of Page of Swords energy. And this is, you know, an energy that is coming through. Okay, I'm getting a hit. I'm getting a sentience hit on it. So that's one way that this can, you know, manifest. Another way the Page of Swords can manifest is somebody who like seeds dissension. You know, they plant a seed, you know, they plant a lie that they know will spread, you know, to cause a dividing, you know, a dividing of connections, to break up circles, you know. And there's a lot of reasons why people do that type of stuff, you know. Sometimes it's out of wanting to isolate a person, and that's actually a really abusive energy. Okay, there's a lot of different ways that it can express itself, you know. So with the Page of Swords, when we're looking at this card, the reason why I want to dive deeper into it is it can be anything from something minor, you know, to somebody being curious and kind of like, checking things out, but not really bringing themselves forward, okay, to, you know, being really underhanded and icky. So I want to understand what this energy is about because it's definitely been lingering. And I'm just going to ask that Spirit gives us some clarification on that. And we got a card that like flipped over right away. Okay, this is related to something emotional. Okay. Nine of Wands. Okay, I'm getting that it's somebody that is kind of in a self-protective space. They feel vulnerable. They would probably like to reach out and make a connection, but it feels uneasy for them. They're coming in with the Nine of Wands, and there's a Page of Cups there, okay? So Page of Cups are usually about wanting to reach out, wanting to talk. They're kind of like communication cards. They're about messages coming in. This could be from a Virgo. The Hermit card just flew out and landed right on top of that Page of Cups, okay? Like literally. Okay? All right? That's a possibility. This is somebody who feels isolated. Okay? Because I was just bringing that up, right? I just channeled that in where I was talking about it can be very abusive, if somebody like seeds dissension within a group or, seeds gossip, these kind of things and like breaks up the circle of support. So somebody ends up feeling isolated. So there may be a Virgo in this situation that's feeling isolated and being negatively impacted like that because they're coming in with the Nine of Wands, which means they're very self-protected. And this is kind of like known as the wounded warrior card, okay? It's like somebody who's been through like a lot of shit. But they've really been holding the line. And they've been staying very solid and true to what they know is true for themselves, But it's hard. It's hard if your truth diverges from the rest of the group, right? It's hard when you have to stand on what you have great conviction in. And it looks like, they're tired. They're tired, So I'm taking this as this is how somebody's being affected by this situation with this Page of Swords energy. Now, whoa. Well, and there's another, and the Empress. Okay, the Empress energy is here. So why is the Empress energy here? This is interesting, right? Because it's the outcome of the reading. What's going on with this Empress in relation to this Page of Swords energy? How is the Empress being affected by this Page of Swords energy? Oh, King of Cups. King of Cups came right out and flew on top of that Empress card. All right. Well, that's the final outcome, right? So this is what I'm getting here. I'm getting that there's somebody who has they feel a bit isolated. They feel like they've kind of been cut off from their sources of support. They're wanting to come forward, they're wanting to communicate, and they're wanting to extend a message. And I believe that this is to the Empress energy, okay? An Empress, we did call out the signs on that, Libra, and also Taurus, okay? But it is an archetypal energy. A major arcana card is an archetypal energy. So anybody can embody the qualities of the Empress. So like I was saying, it could be a mother, right? It could be a motherly energy. It could be your baby's mama, But it could also be a woman who is very creative and in her abundance, very self-assured, feeling herself, you know, has it all within herself, doesn't need anything from anybody outside herself to feel complete, to feel whole, you know. uh, Somebody who's really manifesting, their life is verdant, their growth is evident because you see it manifest in their life and the way they carry themselves and where they're at. Okay, so I'm feeling that this is about uh, a wanting to come forward, but being a little bit tentative about that approach and how do I approach this person. And so kind of there might be a little kind of like checking it out on social media, see what's going on with that. King of Cups is associated with water sign energy. So uh, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energies, okay? Or just somebody who embodies those qualities. And the King of Cups is also a man who is emotionally available. It's a masculine energy that is emotionally available and is ready and wants to share from an emotional place. So I don't know if this is necessarily a bad thing. Looking on the bottom of the deck here, maybe that energy got purified a little bit because when it first came in, it was a little gnarly. I do see a Two of Swords coming in here. So Two of Swords is really about like taking a time out, and that energy was on time out, and the witch's salt. But I think, they're also kind of looking within at themselves too and getting clear on, how they could move better in the situation is what I'm getting the feeling of. And yeah, we got it right there. Confirmation on that because that's the Ace of Wands, which represents the season we're currently in right now, the fall. And behind that comes the Knight of Cups, the emotional offer, okay? So I can see that what's held this person back, this, Page of Swords that's kind of like digging around and trying to get information instead of going straight to the source, is that they have a lot of fear, They have a lot of anxiety, Nine of Swords, about how to do that, the best way to do that. You notice that there's this lion up there that's kind of hounding them. I refer to it as the lions of the past. It's just how it communicates to me, like, when like a lion is stalking you and they're kind of like, ooh, wait a minute. That might be a message there, right there. It could be a Leo, okay? That's a possibility. There could be this Leo energy that's kind of digging up information, trying to figure out what's going on, and maybe doing that not the most, above board ways, okay? But this does look like, there's been a lot of worry and concern, and it might be in connection with a Leo in this situation. That might be the area of concern. And so, there might be this like kind of trying to figure things out, figure out what's going on. Yeah. Okay, top of the deck energy, Judgment. So yes, that's what's going on. Okay, I'm going to call it as a Leo energy, or somebody who kind of holds those kind of energies. There's something there. There's something, that's where the kind of what's happening beneath the surface, that's the unknown element in play. There's some secretiveness around that. Okay, so now we know who this Page of Swords is. And we know that somebody's felt isolated from the group. It might be a Virgo energy. This Leo energy possibly could feel isolated from the group, and maybe that's why they're, also snooping around, trying to figure out, what's going on. Maybe this Leo is, seeding deception, or, has an intrigue, right? It's connected to somebody and it's not above board and they're a third party in a situation. Okay, so these are all ways that that could work out. When I was looking at the bottom of the deck, we saw, Page of Pentacles. So this might be, another person they're teamed up with, somebody who helps spread the messages. Page of Pentacles, that would be Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Virgo was feeling isolated. So I don't know if there's a connection there. That's possible. We do have that hermit energy, connected to this feeling of being isolated and like they have to defend themselves. So I would say that that could very well be a possibility, and it looks like it's all because, they're standing their ground on what they know is true. So good for the Virgo energy too. And I see, they don't need to worry about that. They're going to be very successful. That's victory. Okay. That's victory for the Virgo energy. So when I'm calling out these signs, really, we're not just talking about natives. Okay. I want you to really remember that it's about, that's an energy signature. So when I say Virgo, that can be a Virgo sun, Virgo sun sign